Hey Scentsy fans, it's Sarah from Scentsy with Sarah Lynn on Facebook. It is another blistering hot day in Southern Ontario. Our summer was crap. Can I just say that? If you're from Ontario watching this, our summer was crap. And then all of a sudden, September back to school, I'm ready for fall. I went out and bought new jeans and new knit sweaters, and I was like, yes, I've got a wardrobe. I've got fall Scentsy bars. I've got new fall and winter warmers. Kids are back to school. I'm ready for it. And then all of a sudden, this blistering hot summer weather that we didn't have so far all season has shown up. And I'm just roasting away. I don't know if I've mentioned it in my videos before, but I also refinish antique furniture. I do chalk painting, fix up scratches in people's dining room furniture, that kind of thing. So I work outside in my shop. It's blistering hot out there with power tools and fluorescent lights, and so I came inside in hopes of some reprieve from the heat, but it's just as hot in here. So I thought I'll just sit still and myself make a Scentsy video. So this is a very much anticipated, well requested video. Everyone wants to see or to know my review of the Scentsy GO. And I'm flattered, super flattered that you guys are excited to hear my opinion. That's so cool to me because I know I've made it kind of clear in my videos that I don't really sugarcoat stuff. I've watched tons of other consultants' reviews so far, and they're all really positive, really hyped about this. But I wanted to take my time because I know this is blasphemy, but right from the start I was very skeptical of this product. I see the need for it. I understand it. I've had customers asking me long before family reunion when they announced the Scentsy GO. I've had customers ask me, when are you going to come out with a cordless warmer? I understand the frustration of having a bedroom closet, small space with no electrical outlets, especially the bathroom. That's got to be the most frustrating thing. I have an electrical outlet in my bathroom. It's in the wonkiest of spots. It's not convenient at all, but at least it's in there. I have customers who don't have one at all. Or they have walk-in closets. An electrician is expensive to come in and put a couple of outlets in. It's not cheap. So I understand frustration of having small space with no outlets. So I kind of knew there was a bunch of hype about the cordless warmer potential even before Reunion was coming out. I even said to my customers, I know it's coming. I can't tell you what it is or how it will work. I can't even guess, but it's one of our most requested things. So Scentsy loves to, cater to our customers. And you tell Scentsy that you want something and Scentsy brings it. And they bring it big. There's a lot of hype about Scentsy GO. Admittedly, I was very skeptical myself. For small spaces and when you don't have an electrical outlet, I see the need for that. But the hype and all of these people saying, oh, it's amazing and it can fit in your purse and you can bring it to a restaurant, you can bring it to the gym. I'm like, really? People aren't going to like the fact that I say this, but are you insane? I think it's so rude when people go out and they either listen to their music without headphones or they'll have a telephone conversation on speaker, and I'm like, dude, you're talking about personal stuff that I don't need to hear in the aisles at Walmart or, walking down the street. Just because that's the kind of music you like doesn't mean I want to listen to it. Honestly, if someone sat down next to me at a table and busted out a home fragrance thing at a restaurant while I was eating, I personally would be offended. Just because you want to smell this doesn't mean everybody else wants to smell it. So the hype of using this in a public place is just really weird to me. I understand liking your home fragrance and using it in your personal space, whether it's your home, your car, even your office is kind of weird to me. If you have an office that's just your office, but are we talking cubicles? Because again, just because you want to smell this doesn't mean Mary, Joe, and Frank, 2 cubicles over, want to smell it. Come on. So I was a little skeptical in that regard. Also, when I first opened this, everyone was like, it's the size of a pop can. And relatively, give or take, yeah, it is. But when I first opened this and held this in my hand, and I know, blasphemy, right? And I thought it was silly, but when I first held this in my hand, it didn't remind me of a pop can at all. It reminded me of our bathroom ghost. It's about the same size.
Welcome, trick or treat. Shut the door. Have a seat. Come on in and rest your feet and sit here on the throne.
Okay, it's about the same size and it feels the same. It's made out of the same stuff, plastic. Okay, so again, when I opened this, and I didn't film it because my reaction was probably priceless. I was like, oh God, what is this? It's plastic. It is small, portable. The lid comes off, as you can see. There was also a lot of questions about these bands and how they only came in 2 colors, silver and rose gold. Again, people are like, are they coming out with more colors? Are there going to be interchangeable bands? Weird, okay, weird. You're the same person who's going to bust this out at a restaurant. I know it, okay? Weird. It is what it is. This band is, okay, here I am struggling with this lid. So this band pretty much, the features of the rose gold and silver band, there we go. So when you put your lid on, that's how I know it's aligned properly and it's on properly. Also, it houses your buttons and your charging port. The color of this band is really not important, okay? It's not important. So you got 2 buttons. The functions and the setting on the on button is either on, full strength, non-stop. It will shut itself off after 3 hours. Or there's an intermittent setting, so the fan goes on for a little bit, and then the fan goes off. And then it comes back on for a little bit, and then it goes back off. The second button is for the lights, and I'm sure you've seen a bajillion videos, vlogs describing the features and the description of this. The second thing that I noticed was this charging port has one of these little flexi, I don't know what you call it. This, if you're gentle with your stuff, cool, but I'm not. I tend to be rammy and I tend not to take care of things very well. This will fall off. Like, we should actually start bets on how long this will last on Sarah's Scentsy GO. So far, I've had it for a little bit over a month, and it's not ripped yet. It is hanging on there. So I'm trying to be careful with it, but we'll see how long that lasts. So that is the charging port. Also, I'm terrible with instructions. I don't read instructions. I just get something and I get excited. I want to play with it. I want to figure out the features, you know. So with mine, I didn't charge it right away. It kind of had a charge. Didn't last very long, but I was able to play with it the same day that I got it. And then later on that night, I charged it. I'm not sure if you watched my August haul video where I opened my second Scentsy GO. It was Tatum's. It didn't turn on right away. So I don't know if they come charged or they're not charged. Either way, charge it for 6 hours as soon as you get it. Save yourself the hassle and the frustration. I was actually scared that Tatum's didn't work or that it was defective. But you did. No, I just plugged it in and followed the instructions, and Tatum's works perfectly fine. So I'm not sure if they come with like a partial charge, but just forget it. Just plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. Trust me, you'll be a lot happier when you give it a full charge and then use it. So I'm sure you've seen the light functions. This lid is another thing. I'm a bit rammy. I also wonder, given that it's plastic, how long my teenagers will last when you're in a hurry and you just slam this sucker on. There's these little, again, I'm not sure that my camera's going to pick them up, but see the little tabs right here to secure it. It's delicate, it's plastic. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, just be careful, okay? If you're rammy and in a hurry like me, just be careful. It's virtually so quiet when it's on the intermittent on and off setting and I can't hear it. I have to look inside to see if the fan is spinning or not. So we'll give the Scentsy GO that. It's super, super quiet. the pods are the next thing I was a little skeptical about. And like the light settings, they're cool. But, and again, you're probably not going to be able to see them. I don't really care about stuff like that. It's not bright enough to keep you awake, so that's kind of cool. But then again, I think that that's weird too. Why do you have your warmers on if you're sleeping? Like, you're not conscious to what you're smelling in your sleep, so turn it off. You're wasting perfectly good hydro, like, honestly. So the light settings, they're dim. It's nice, but again, that's not so important to me. I'm a fragrance fan. So I was a little skeptical about these scent pods, and here's why. They contain what looks to me like the same beads that we use in our scent packs. Thus far, every Scentsy pod fragrance I have tried smells identical to the bar so far, and I've only tried 5. But I've had issues in the past with certain scent packs, and these are the same beads that are in scent packs. If everyone has watched my videos before, you guys know that I'm a huge Satin Sheets fan. It's just sandalwood and vanilla. It's the perfect scent, and I'm so sad that Scentsy discontinued it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it comes back in the next spring and summer catalog. But I bought a Satin Sheets scent pack. It was horrendous. Didn't smell anything like Satin Sheets. So I found a couple. Satin Sheets was the worst, but a couple scent packs that have been hit or miss that haven't really smelled like the fragrance that I had anticipated, or like the fragrance that I love in bar form. Not all scent packs translate the same. So I was a little worried about the pods being like the scent packs, but thus far the 5 Scentsy pods that I've tried are all true to the fragrance. So this is super easy. I do like the convenience of the Scentsy GO. When you're in a hurry, like literally to change your pods, I use 2 because, you know, I like my home fragrance strong. To change the scent, put it back in here. We got some pumpkin roll up next. Pop them in. Line it up. Done. Okay, so there's virtually no waste, and I'll admit I'm terrible for wasting my wax. Yes, you can let it harden and reuse it later, but I never do that. I never do. I forget about it, and then, you know, it's in the way, or I find it in a baggie and I toss it out. So there's way less waste with the Scentsy GO, I will say that. It's convenient to be able to quickly switch your scents if you're like me and you get sick of something, or you get nose blind to a certain fragrance. It's so simple just to swap them out. I think the Scentsy GO would be perfect for my single male friends who I've been to their house and their bathroom is just a disaster zone and doesn't smell so sweet. These are perfect, I think, for single bachelors. It's quick, it's convenient, and makes your bathroom smell fantastic. I would definitely purchase these for college and university students who live in small dorm rooms. I think that this would be perfect for that. From some of the marketing materials that I've read, I don't think Scentsy has ever advertised the Scentsy GO for large spaces. I have used this in my bedroom, which is just over 600 square feet. It's got really high cathedral ceilings. It doesn't really cut it in my large space. Where I've watched vlogs that other people say it works great in their large space. To me, it doesn't. Works fantastic in the bathroom, in that small entryway that I was excited to put my Scentsy GO in. Works amazing in the car. I do find that if there are other odors present, somebody's wearing perfume, it's just not as strong as the wax and warmer. So it doesn't compete very well with other odors. Also, if you turn a fan on, or if there's any other air source in the room, it reduces the scent drastically. So I was warming this on my bedside table, and around the bed, or that half of my room, I could smell it. But the second I turned the overhead ceiling fan on, I couldn't detect the smell in the room at all. So that's something to consider. It's great for small rooms with no other air source. Even in my car, if I have this on and then blast the air conditioning, the scent isn't as apparent again until I turn the air conditioning off, get out of my car, come back to it 10-15 minutes later when there's no other air source. Then I can smell this again. So, I don't know. That's something to think about. So, favorite or flop, okay? Scentsy GO is still not my favorite. It has definitely warmed up, like I'm definitely warming up to the idea of this device. And I've been playing with this for, I think, about 3 weeks now. Yeah, I got it the end of the first week of September. So I wanted to play around with this and use this in various environments, test it out. I have never taken it to a restaurant, and mark my words, I never will. So I wanted to test it out and give it a fair shot before I made this video and review. If you're considering purchasing the Scentsy GO, it really depends on what you plan on using it for. Will this replace my love and use of wax and warmers? Absolutely not. But it's not even comparable. So I'm not sure if this review has helped you in any way, shape, or form. Again, this review is not made to disrespect anybody or downplay their opinions of the Scentsy GO or their experiences with their own product. I'm just giving you my honest review as a consultant and how this has or hasn't worked for me. It's definitely growing on me though, and perhaps I will make a follow-up video. I've even been asked to do some scent score videos on the pods to see how long they last. I'm expecting a delivery either today or tomorrow with some more pods because I've got 5 packs, and to be honest, I haven't really been keeping track of how long they're lasting because I switch them out so often. So perhaps that's what I will do, is start some scent score videos on the pods, see which ones last, how long they last, and where I use them, that kind of thing. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you. Probably not, because even I'm still kind of in the middle on the Scentsy GO. I don't think it's silly anymore, but I still can't say that I'm absolutely in love with the product yet. If you like this video or videos about home fragrance, be sure to like my channel, subscribe, hit the bell, or better yet, join me on Facebook. I will put my link down below. Comment. Let me know how your Scentsy GO is working for you. I'd love to hear it. If you have any tips, tricks, or, any advice to offer me so I will love this product, comment down below. Once again, thanks for joining me. Bye.